Good afternoon. This is Dr. David A. Paget. This is the third segment of class for May 5th, 2021, Urban Geography. And so today, the goal is to have a working session on the class project. And so I'm going to share my screen. Let's see, go to student view. Okay, so as you all are obviously aware, there is a class project and it is posted in your schedule. I guess the easiest way to get to it is to get to it through the Dropbox links. So I'm in student view. So you have you have a group project and the individual project. Today, we're going to focus upon the group project. Before I get into the work period for today, I just wanted to point out that there is, as you work on your paper portion as a group, you do have some resources here. So making this, I don't want to say I'm going to make it easy, but making it as efficient as possible for you. So there are a lot of resources here in this document for you to use for various elements of the term paper. There's also this really good report about Africa Town. If we can save the ship, we can save the town. So that's another resource for you to use in support of the written part of the term paper. Speaking of this report, it's not mandatory, but if you're really interested, I emailed, let's see, I may have to get out of this. I emailed to all of you all an invitation to a webinar that is going to occur I believe either tomorrow or Friday. See what's in the chat. We're gonna have that discussion tomorrow, and then I moved the due time for the essays to 11:59 p.m. at night. So yeah, tomorrow we will have the same discussion that we had today about the first writing assignment, and then you can make corrections or start working on it tomorrow. Thank you, Mackenzie. So I sent out an email today or yesterday, and it was about if we can save the town. You can see it on screen here. If we can save the town, if we can save the ship, we can save the town. And so, come on now. And so this is so annoying. This is the email that I sent out. Come on, this is cursor. All right, here we go. Darn it. Just give me just 1 second. This is so irritating. Okay, so this is the email I sent out. This webinar is at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time, and it's a webinar all about Africa Town and the Clotilda and et cetera, et cetera. And so again, it's not required, but if you don't have anything else to do on Friday and you're really fascinated about the Clotilda story in Africa Town, and so, or, it will give you even more insight as to the project itself. So let's see, that's not there. So I just wanted to point that out, that there are resources to help you assist you with the written portion of the project so that you can get started on that right away. So speaking of the written portion of the project, I'm going to go here and pull it up. So here is the group term paper. So again, this is a group paper. And so you all should communicate and divide up the labor. So the literature review is basically a summary in parenthetical format of various reference sources, articles related to the Africatown community, the Clotilda, the Africatown Connections Blue Wave. So these are, you can include photographs and other graphics. This is just a review of what has been written thus far about the project, specifically the Africatown restoration, the development of heritage tourism, and so on and so forth. So that's the literature review. That's the first part. So if I were you, I'd get together in your group me and assign each person something. So one person could maybe do the lit review. The next person could do the background. So the background really describes the recent history. So this is where you get details about the chess community-based organization, get more really in-depth details about the Blue Wave project, and anything else that you read about, including the design competition. There's a lot of stuff happening with Africatown in its recent history. The Brownfields project, I talked about Brownfields in that presentation. I'll put you in touch with Major Joe Womack. He is one of the main people that's involved with the Africatown Brownfields project. So in Africatown, they're trying to restore a lot of the industrial sites, clean them up, make them into viable properties. So the Africatown community got a $300,000 Brownfields grant, but you can ask Mr. Womack about that. And so speaking of that, that would be an interview. So any first person interviews, and you should conduct first person interviews with Mr. Womack, and he can put you in touch with other people in the community that would have something to say about the Africatown project. So that's the second section. You might have somebody do that part. The purpose, why are you doing this? And you should pretty much know why, but here's some of the questions that you should ask in terms of either paragraph or paragraphs on the purpose. Why does the National Park Service, the chess community organizations, and the stakeholders, why have they asked us to do this story map? That's a question. What will it be used for? What are the potential benefits of the story map? What potential benefits will the story map bring to the community? Who's the audience? Who's gonna use this story map? Are we gonna make this story map, and then who's gonna use it? Who is the target audience? So those are the kind of questions that have to be inherent in your answer, in your discussion at purpose. So somebody could do that. Let me see, I got something in the chat here. Okay, so it's storming. Perez says it's storming. Okay. Next section is the study area description. This is where you just have a general description of, in this case, the study area could be this Mobile. You can have Mobile in general. You can get all that information from the census, and we will walk through how to use the census site tomorrow. Or you can go on any tourism site or tourism website, or even the city of Mobile's website. Africatown has several websites. You heard Ms. Smith-Inser yesterday say that there are several municipalities involved in this project, including Pritchard, Alabama, which is prominent there, of course, Mobile, and so on and so forth. The fourth section is essentially what we're going to work through today. What is the specific methodology that we're going to go through to produce this map? So your methodology section can be written in a step-by-step format. It should be written such that someone who has never used this technology can follow your instructions and build the map that you built or one like it. because this community isn't the only one that's going to want to build a story map. This project is going to get a lot of attention. The media called me yesterday. I'm doing an interview tomorrow morning with a person from the media about you all's project. A lot of people are interested in these TSU students who are building this map. So I'm going to be interviewed tomorrow morning. So people are going to say, well, wow, if Tennessee State University students could do that, well, what about Alabama A&M? Well, what about North Carolina A&T? You know, HBCUs, we're competitive. So when they see that we're doing this, every other Black college is going to want to do something like this. So they're going to want to be able to read your directions and replicate your work in a community in North Carolina, or a community in Florida if it's Florida A&M, or in Atlanta if it's Spelman, and so on and so forth. And that's what we do as Black colleges. We share. We're not going to say, you know, we're doing this, y'all not doing it. No, we're doing this. We want other Black colleges to do the same thing to help other communities. And so that's why your methodology section has to be very precise. We're going to start working on that today. Your results section, this is where you have your maps. So even though the map that we create is going to be interactive and dynamic, you're going to have static maps in your results. So the results are actually going to be the map itself, but you'll have maybe each of the 14 points of interest should be a map, a part of the map. So that this should be easy, because you don't have to think, well, what should we put here? Obviously the 14 points of interest. So you're going to have 14 different figures with descriptive captions. That'll be the results. Now, in terms of the analysis, in this case, the analysis is the process. We're going to analyze the process of making the map and sharing it to the community. So you have to think of two things here. A, how do you make a map like this? B, how do you make the map readable? You know, so there's no point in making a map that people can't read. That people are like, wow, I'm confused. What are these TSU students doing? I can't read this. I'm gonna go get on Instagram, right? You should have a map that people can read, which means, yes. Oh, we have to have a map that people can read. So you have to think, who are we directing this map? Who are we creating this map for? Is it for the people of Africatown? Is it for tourists? You know, and that will drive the design of the map. And that's for you to decide. If you all collectively say, we're going to make this map to enhance tourism, then it's going to have, you're going to focus upon certain things. But if you're making it specifically for the people of Africatown, then it's going to have a different look, because tourists don't live in Africatown, right? They're going to be there for a different reason other than people who live there. But you have to make that decision, and it's not wrong. If you make a map for the people of Africatown, fine. If you make a map for tourists, fine. But you have to have a clear vision of what that is, of your purpose for making this map, in the process. And then some of the questions that you have to answer. And this is for people who are going to do what you're doing. Did any stakeholders make a contribution in developing the map? Do you want them to have a contribution? And let's be realistic. We're only going to be in this class for 12 days. Hopefully you have Mr. Womack who can maybe funnel some people your way, but by no means are we saying that this map is going to be in its final form by the end of this class. Like I said, I have at least 4 openings in my lab. You know, 2 of my lab assistants graduated Saturday. I got money. You know, not that this should be about the money. You never put money before the mission. This is about the mission, not the money. You never put the money before the mission, right? It's about the mission, not the money. Always. You stay about the mission, the money will be there. If you're about money, I don't know, you might end up, it's a lot of people that are about the money, not the mission. You see where they are, right? Anyway, just had to say that, you know, but so we will continue to work on this throughout the summer. If some of you are interested, want to apply after the class is over. And then the conclusion is when you just answer some really like broader questions about the project. We'll get into all that later. But let's get into the uh, process today. So I'm going to walk you all through the process. So if you, which is these two projects, your individual project and your group project, are related. So the first thing, well, some of you have already done this. Some of you have already, let's see, let's go to the individual project, individual term paper. Oh, wait a minute, what in the world am I doing? Let's take a look at this first. All right. All right. I'm going to pause the recording for 1 second. Okay, so now the first thing that somebody in the group is going to have to do is set up an ArcGIS Online account. So if somebody in the group, this is a group effort, figure out who is the best technical person. Some people in this class have had me before and already have an ArcGIS Online account. But you have to have one that you all will agree upon will be the really, to be honest, you should make one just for the project. Don't use your own. Make a new one for the class project. Call it, I don't know, call it something. But yeah, so make a new one just for this project. And so let me get out of this. I was going to show you something, but I'm not. I did a story map for some communities in South Florida last Saturday, but you don't need to see that. So let's say you've got your ArcGIS Online account set up. And you log in. All right. So the let's see. Let me pause recording for. Okay, so what I'm showing you here, what I'm gonna have to do is update some of these instructions. So I'm gonna walk through this for you now, and then I'm gonna do the instructions a little bit later. But it's not rocket science. So I'm gonna walk you through the exact same. This is a workshop that I did for South Dade County in Miami, Florida. Unfortunately, it was virtual. So I own a GIS consulting firm. And so one of my clients is an organization called Catalyst Miami. And last year, I got a contract with them to do community-based mapping in Miami. So I was going to Miami every month for a while, and then COVID hit. And I'm like, really not happy about that, but we can still get the work done virtually. But so this is the workshop that I did last week to build a story map for the communities of Florida City and Homestead. And so we're going to follow basically the same instructions. So one of the things that you're going to have to do, of course, is set up your ArcGIS Online account. So that's step one. Step two is to go to the take note. Going to go to the ArcGIS story maps. Well, classic story maps. ArcGIS classic story maps. You're gonna go to this site. And I'm gonna put this in the chat. This link in the chat. Whoa, what?
So this is after we create our account.
Yes, because what's gonna happen? Excuse me?
I'm sorry. I think I'm not lost, but you're teaching us how to do the story map for our group project.
Yes, so I'm just going to go through the basic steps. It's not difficult at all. Okay, it's not.
Yeah.
And this is being recorded, so you can go back and watch it. But I just realized that I didn't give you the instructions, so but I can walk through it. It's easy. It's easy. This is being recorded. Okay, so while you're logged into your account, right? So you log into your account first, then you go to this classic story maps site. And if I were you, I would use the story map tour template. So, or map tour, that first one, map tour. Okay, so what you'll find is I'm using the classic story maps application. And of course, there is a new story maps application. I don't like the new one, but if you want to use a new one, that's up to you. But I'm going to show you how to do it using the old one. Now, if you, okay, well, a couple of you all have already set up your accounts and sent me the email that you used to set up the account with. When I invite you to the Tennessee State University organization, you'll be able to upload images from your hard drive. So the story map is built upon images. So we're going to have to, someone is going to have to get images from either Mr. Womack or Miss Smith Insert. So like I said, you all, probably the first thing you should do is kind of organize and say, okay, who's going to do what? Okay. Just assign, if somebody's really good at tech, that's the person that does this. If somebody's a really good writer, somebody's a really good researcher, they should do that the first couple of, work on the second section. If somebody's really good at technical writing, that's the person that should do the methodology. One of you all I know is good at graphics, that person should do the results section, okay? So just nobody's gonna do the whole paper. Teamwork makes the dream work, okay? That's the way this is gonna work out for you.
I have another question, Dr. Padgett.
Yes.
So this part is not, you know how you were showing us the breakdown of the different sections in the paper? The part about the story map is its own section, right? Or this is or is this it starts with an M.
Methodology.
This is our methodology.
Yes, yeah, this is the methodology.
Okay, this is our methodology.
Just walking through it for you, but I'm gonna have to go back and put the specific instructions in.
Okay. But yeah, that's fine. I just want to make sure I'm in here right now in real time so I can.
Yeah. Now this part, only one of you all has to do this part. Okay, but you all should know what's going on in case somebody decides, hey, I quit or leaves the class. So make sure at least two of you all, well, really everybody should have the password to the account. Any account you make, everybody in the class should have the password in case, you've been in class where people just disappeared. What happened to Jane? Oh, she went home, girl. So just make sure everybody has a password. Don't let the password go home with somebody. Nobody plans on leaving the class and just wake up one morning and say, I'm tired of this class, I quit. And then they just leave everybody else hanging. Okay, so we're going to kind of fudge this a little bit, and this might not be fudging. Let's get some images. Okay, so we need images. So let's go to Google. let's see, Africa Town. I know that Africa Town Welcome Center. So right now you don't have any. Let's see, Africa Town Welcome Center. Okay, here we go. Africa Town Welcome Center. And so that's what it looks like now. If you were to go to Africa Town right now, that's what you would see. But there's, I think, $2 or $3 million that the city has attained to rebuild. So this is the Welcome to Africa Town sign, period. This is the Welcome to Africa Town Welcome Center. Hadn't been built yet. And this is exactly what I meant by there's really nothing there. So let's snatch this up. Well, let me just get a bunch of images. See where Maymaster. And if you want, you can use these images as a proxy. Let me pause the recording here for just a minute. Okay, so what we have here are the 14 points of interest that are part of the Africa Town Connections Blueway. So let's see if we can find one. Let's just walk through them and see if we can find imagery to match some of these sites. Some of these will be easier than others. So that didn't mean that. Let's see. Let's do Africa Town, Clotilda Landing. Enter. Let's see what we get here. Okay. I'm not getting any really good pictures here. So this means that some of these we're gonna have to get from people in the community.
I found it. I'm sorry. Let me get my stuff together. I can't remember her name. Liz. That's her first name, right?
Yeah, Liz. Liz Smith Inser.
Yeah, Miss Inser. I found a little presentation, and they put a picture of the Clotilda in there.
Okay, like what a picture like?
Well, it's kind of like
discovered.
Yeah, well, you just passed it what it kind of looks like. It's on the side of some concrete. It's painted kind of.
Oh, the mural. Yeah, there's a mural
Yeah.
that's painted. Yeah, I'm looking for let's see, Clotilda Landing. Well, let me find something that's easier to find. Let's see. Okay, I'm curious about that. Let's see if there's something. If I type in Africa Town, whoops, State Park, let's see what comes up. Because there is a state park associated. Okay, Africa Town State Park. Let's see. No, there's a cemetery. See, that's the rendering. Come on. Okay, we're not gonna get exactly what we want here. I should just stop. I'm just being picky. Okay, that's another rendering. All these pictures like this that look modern, if you remember, that's not what is there now. You know. So we'll have to get some original photos from on the ground. Okay, I think this is the Clotilda Landing right here, I think. So let's just grab this. I'm just gonna grab anything now because the point is just to show you how to do it, but I'm such a perfectionist. I'll be here all day trying to find the perfect picture. I'm almost sure that this is we're just gonna call it the Clotilda Landing. I know that's what this is. So I'm gonna end. Okay, so that's one site. Let's see. So that's the Clotilda landing. I should have, let's try the Africatown baptism. Let's get just a few images to work with. Like I said, this isn't normally how we go about doing this. Normally we have pictures, people take pictures on the ground. Oh, something else that's really exciting. I have hired a drone pilot, and she is actually, I said that, I said she. She is an African-American female FAA licensed drone pilot. 98% of licensed drone pilots are men. And so only 2% are women, and she's a African-American female drone pilot. So she's our drone pilot for the project. And so I already have her. So another thing that we're going to do that was mentioned yesterday by Miss Smith-Inser is they tried to get aerial photographs using a balloon, or low altitude aerial photographs using a balloon. And she said that didn't work out so well. But I already have a Dr. Claire Johnson, who is our drone pilot, and whoever the students are who are hired to work with us, we are going to go down and fly these sites eventually. So that's very exciting. So in addition to these, so in addition to the pictures that we'll take on the ground, we're also going to get some drone imagery this summer. So which is very exciting. Let's see, that's not showing up. Oh man, let's see if we can find something else. It's easy to find. Let's see, Flotilla landing, and that isn't showing up. Let's go. I want to get more than one. All right, I didn't want to do this, but why not? What is it? Off the Hook Marina and Grill. All right. Well, of course we found that. All right, let's scoop that picture up. So that's 2 pictures we have. Let's just get 3 pictures. This is just to demonstrate to you how to do a story map. Not necessarily, this is not the map. This is a demonstration. So, but again, story maps are driven by pictures. So the first thing we have to do is get images. And I'm like, I thought it would be easier to get images off of internet, but let's see, what else do we have? Let's try William Brooks Park. Let's see if we can find that. That shouldn't be all that difficult.
Since there's not much of anything, how do we know when it's like a quality?
Oh, I'm just doing this now just because I just want to get some pictures.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get pictures from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just doing this because we don't have any pictures at all right now. I just want to show you exactly how this works. All right. But, I'm a perfectionist, so you have to, sometimes it doesn't pay to be a perfectionist. Okay, so we got 3 pictures. Okay, so now we have 3 pictures. Now we're going to go back to the classic story map. I need to upload my images here. Let's see. Layer name. Okay, now here comes the tricky part. All right, so we're gonna go get our picture. Let's say Clotilda Landing site. All right. And so now the thumbnail. So now we have to find, here's where the tricky part comes in. So now we have to navigate to exactly where this is. Now we can make this a little easier in the future because if we get pictures that are already geo-referenced, when I pull the picture into the map, it'll go right to its latitude, longitude, location. But obviously these pictures, we just drag them off the internet. They're not geo-referenced, not even close. So we're just gonna have to go here, okay, go to our map. Okay, so this is the Clotilda Landing. Okay, we see where it is. Go back to this map, zoom in. And again, this is not rocket science. It's Pritchard. And again, we're not gonna, these places aren't gonna be labeled on the map. So you have to, unless the pictures are geo-referenced already, kind of have to, let's see, so there's Pritchard, Paper Mill Road. Now we'll go back to the PDF. Look for some landmarks. Okay, it's right off of, looks like that's Warren Road. Okay, we'll look for Warren Road. And that's Bay Bridge Road. All right. Come on now. Seems like that's not going to be. Let me go back here. Okay, let me try something else. And believe it or not, this is exactly what I was doing with the people in South Florida. I've never been to home. Well, I've never been to Homestead of Florida City. This is exactly what we were doing. Was surfing around this map trying to find these landmarks. Okay, so that's, but it will be different because it was different because the people I was working with actually lived there. So instead of me just blindly, okay, so this is Interstate 65. So that's I-65 at 90. So that's what we're looking for. I-65 at 90. Let's see, where's Interstate? So let's pull out here. Okay, there's Interstate 65. And is that 90? Yeah, there it is. There's 90, 90, 90. Okay, so we're looking, it's right there. So now let's find our little teardrop. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Boom. Now, what we would do is for each point on the tour, you would need to have a description. And so let me show you the story map that I did for Overtown, or some of the elements of it. Overtown, see, arguments, just to give you an idea. Okay, so what I did for the Overtown community is got pictures of various historic sites, and then for each historic site, I wrote a descriptive paragraph about the historic location. So this is the Black Archives Historic Lyric Theater in Overtown. I had to do some research. I found some facts about the Lyric Theater, wrote a nice short paragraph, and then added a link, and then found the Performing Arts Center, wrote a short paragraph. And so I laid this out in a Word document with all of the historic sites that the people in Overtown wanted to have on the map. And so what goes into the where it says information, that's what would go in there. So let's just take a little shortcut. I'm gonna do something that you should never, don't do this, but we're gonna copy and paste uh, just for efficiency here. You know, don't do this. Don't do this. So let's see, Clotilda Landing, Africa. Oops. I'm just gonna find Clotilda. Let's see. Well, as you can see, you will have no problem finding information, but I think it should be anyway. So let's just say, for instance, it's more about the case. That's not really anything specific to Clotilda Landing. Let's try something else. Oh, wow. Blu-ray, blah, 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 stages. Anyway, that's just a news story about the Blu-ray. Here's another. Okay, well, here's the. Okay, here we go. All right, boom, boom, got exactly. So we would take something like that. Here, information, boom, paste, bam. See, media, got the picture there. See, now I want to get a better picture, but we're not doing that. Location, we've got the location, add tour point. Okay, so the story map, I'm gonna change the layout to 3-panel. Okay, so if you can see the story map, so that's the first point. So when a person comes to visit the map, this is in editor mode right now. So you see all the buttons. So you can of course add Africa Town connections, Blue Way, story map. Actually, if I'm going to be technical, you always put the name of the place first, Mobile, Alabama. This is proper map naming convention, the name of the place first, and then what's on the map second. And then, of course, as you're doing your work, anyway, oh, the save button. Hit that save button. Don't do the whole map and then close it, and then the map goes away, and you open it up and you got an empty map. So let's see. So when we click here, when we click on this one, it should go straight. Anyway, this is in editor mode, but we've placed that. Don't just ignore all the other stuff, but this is in editor mode, so you can see where. Oh, we had a preview. I can't. Anyway, what I'll do is I can take this link and put it in the chat, and then you can actually see the map as it's being built. So this is the link to the map itself. I think you should be able to see it. It should be public. Let me see settings. It should be visible to the public. Let's see, share. No, wait, maybe it's not. It's not public. Okay, share publicly. All right. So now that link should work. It should be the same link. If it isn't, let me see if it is or not. Go to the chat. And I think it's the same link. So now if you click on the link, you should see the map as someone who's using the map should see it. I mean, this is in editor mode now. So that's the first site. Okay, now we go to add, select or drop pictures. So next, Off the Hook Marina and Grill. Why not? Information. So we'll go to wherever it was that. Let's see. Where do I go to get whatever? Let's see. Google. Off the Hook Marina and Grill. And let's see. TripAdvisor. They have a web page. A little disappointed. We don't want to put that on there. Yelp, our new Hangout. This is whatever. Let's see, what is this? Oh, these are just reviews off of TripAdvisor. They have a web page? Where's Yelp? Let's go to Yelp. Oh, come on. Okay, Off the Marina and Grill, blah, blah. Just gotta have something else here. Oh, man, I'm not getting anything good here for Off the Hook Marina and Grill. Ratings. It's placed on their webpage. All right. Let's go on their Facebook page. Okay, here we go. Off the Hook is a locally owned, blah, 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 blah. Okay, there we go. But see what I'm doing, copying and pasting? Don't do this. Okay. Have your original. I'm just doing this for expediency. Paste there. Location. Oh, wait a minute. So now we have to drag this thing to where it's supposed to be, which means back to this map. See, Off the Hook is on Chickasaw Creek. Now, this might not be that easy to find. It's off of Chickasaw Creek. And if there's a road there, North Craft Highway. I think that's North Craft Highway. Yeah, North Craft Highway and the north side of the bridge. All right. And this is, all right. Oh, come on. Ah. All right. So find Chickasaw Creek. I'm in Pascagoula. All right, where is this thing? All right, let's drag this closer. Yeah, Alabama's over here. All right. Get it close and zoom in. Okay, let's look for Chickasaw Creek, Chickasaw Creek, Chickasaw Creek. Oh, there it is. There's Chickasaw Creek. And then there's a road. There's Craft Highway. And this place is on the north side of Craft Highway, like right around there somewhere. And we don't have to be exact. So we've got the information, got this picture, location, add tour point, boom. And now we have 2 tour points. So now we click here. Notice that pops up, click there. The first point pops up, click here. The second point pops up. And so on and so forth. So obviously, we need to have better photographs than this, but we'll get them. And yeah, obviously we need to get better photographs than these. We'll get original photographs. But this is basically how it's done. The descriptions, try to make them original. You can also add maybe if something like the Off the Hook Marina and Grill, we want to drive business to them. So if they had a website, you might add the link here. Again, I don't know if the link is going to be live because of the nature of the platform. But if you're able to go to the link, you can actually get to the site itself. So again, everybody, when you create your brand new account for the Africatown Connections Blue Wave story map, the first thing you should do is create a Gmail account that you will use to log into the ArcGIS account. That's the easiest way to do it because it's seamless. It's not trying to go back and forth. Then, of course, whoever is managing the account, you should email me that whatever that new Gmail address is, and then I will invite that into the TSU organization. And we'll see if that works. If that doesn't work, then we'll figure something else out. But yeah, but I just wanted to show you just basically how the map is built. And so we will work with Mr. Womack and Ms. Smith-Inser to get pictures. And ultimately, what we want to do this summer is bring those drone photos in, right? So then we'll have a ground level view of each site and an aerial view of each site. Now, of course, we're not going to do that in 3 weeks, but we'll set it up so that eventually we can toss those drone photos in here, and that'll be nice. We can let's see. See what else we can do here. Oh, we can change the base map so we can go to imagery with labels. And now you can get a better idea of what the environment looks like on the ground around the site. And so, yeah, so then of course hit save. And that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to have to do is I'll give you some more, some more, some written down instructions, but so if you're wondering, oh, here it is. I think this is the individual term. Let me go back out to here. So again, just to reiterate, you can divvy up the labor. Whoever is assigned to writing the each of the section 2, section 3, section 4, section 5, you can start doing that right now, because that you don't have to have the map to write those 4 sections. Okay. Now the executive summary, that's written last, but it appears first. And so just for your own information, anytime you write a paper like this, that executive summary is the most important part of the paper. Because let's say you were writing this paper in order to get funding for, I don't know, maybe let's say we want to take this story map and change it into a mobile app, right? Make somebody's going to want some money to do that. So you want to raise funds to change your story map into a mobile device application. So you send off this project to a fundraiser or somebody who has money, or an investor, not a fundraiser, an investor. Most investors get a lot of proposals. And so what they'll do is they'll read that executive summary. If that executive summary doesn't make any sense, guess what? You get no money, right? So that executive summary has to be tight. And it's actually a summary of the entire paper. So that's why you write it last. You can't write it now because the paper isn't finished. After this whole paper is done, then you can write it. And so it's really the most important part of the paper, because sometimes that's the only thing that people will read. If that isn't written well, they're not even going to read the rest of it. They'll read that, this executive summary, these people want money. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm not reading the rest of this. So that executive summary has to be like really tight. I just wanted to let you know that. And in this case, it's just something you should do. Or even some of you all, when you start working on your master's thesis and you send a draft to your thesis committee and they read your summary, if that summary doesn't make any sense, guess what? You're gonna have to do some more work on this. You're gonna be here for another semester. So it's not like undergrad. Undergrad, you graduate when you get the credits and all that. In graduate school, you graduate when your committee says you graduate. So you hear about people taking 3 and 4 years and 5 years to get a master's degree. That's why. Because the committee looks at their paper and says, this thesis just, this isn't right. Come back next semester until you, and it's still not right. Come back next semester. Next thing, you're working on a master's for 3 or 4 years. Okay, so like I said, for now, you all, this is a group project. Get together, group me. I don't know how to do group me. That's just y'all stuff. Get a group me, do whatever you need to do, divvy up the labor. So like I said, these first section 2, section 3, section 4, section 5 can be done now. whoever actually builds the map, your tech person, maybe working with your technical writing person can do the methodology. Your whoever's good at graphics should do part 7. You know, you want to have somebody that's really good at graphics, because you're going to have each map visualized here. Somebody that can make those maps look good. Then the discussion and conclusion, you can work collectively on those or assign it to somebody. But right now, you all, I mean, don't, you know, this is y'all's project. So, so work it out amongst yourselves. And just, and like I said, it's a group paper. Each person write a piece, do a piece, and you get it done. It's not like you have to do the whole thing, like the other thing that we're going to talk about tomorrow. Does anyone have any questions at this point? I know that I need to give you all some written down directions. I can't believe I forgot to do that. But hopefully this recording is enough for somebody that has a technical background to figure it out. And like I said, a couple of people in this class have had me before and have done this. So, oh, there's a raised hand. Yes, Mackenzie.
Oh, I was just gonna say that for those who haven't claimed a part of the essay, if you could please go to the group me and claim a part so we can go ahead and get that list sent out to everyone, so everyone knows what they're doing. That would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, get that done fast, because remember, this is what's today, Wednesday. 3 days down and only 9 more days to go. So get to it. If no one has any other questions, what time? Oh, I'm going on time. Sorry. Stop recording. If no one else has any other questions, we'll pick it up from here tomorrow as usual. You know, if you have questions about anything, literature, people are texting me now. Okay. Okay, those are old texts. Do you have any questions about anything? You all been doing a good job of communicating. Keep it up. So thanks for hanging in there today. I know it was kind of crazy today. I will see you all tomorrow. I'll try to get these recordings up as fast as possible. I know it's Cinco de Mayo, so I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. You know, really, you should look up the history of Cinco de Mayo. It's not Mexican Independence Day. In case you thought that's what it is, it's not. It's a really interesting history, though. You know, it's really interesting history, especially in terms of Black history. Cinco de Mayo and Black history are tied together. You should check it out. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to call it a day. And I will see you all tomorrow. Be safe out there on the Cinco de Mayo.
Mike, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice
Have a
day.
great day.
Good day.